Well, let's talk about brace height. Brace height is super important because there's a certain distance from the string to the bow that every bow will shoot the best at. It'll perform the best and it'll shoot the quietest. To measure brace height, you can measure from the inside of the handle right here to the string. Now, on the Satori, usually anywhere from a 7.5 inch to an 8.5 inch brace height should work perfectly. To find the perfect brace height, what you want to do, I would say start at probably 8 inches and then shoot the bow. Listen to how it sounds. Then twist it 3 turns up or tighter on the string and shoot it again and see how it sounds. Twist it a few more times, shoot it, and see how it sounds. Then go back down from 8 and start shooting it. And every time have somebody else listening and you listen to see where that bow is shooting the quietest. Once you find that spot, measure the distance. Make sure when you do it safely and always use your bow stringer. Next, I'm going to show you the easy way to adjust your brace height. First, I want to show you the safe way to do it. But I also want to mention, don't worry if your brace height isn't the same as your buddies that's shooting the exact same bow. The reason that all manufacturers give you a range, so our bows shoot the best between here and here, is because based on how far you draw the bow, how you release, how your individual shooting style is, every bow may have a little bit of a different brace height. Now right now, when I measure this brace height, I can see on my Satori, I'm at about 8 2/8. I want to take it to 8 4/8. So all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put my bowstring back on. I'm gonna hook it around the cup on the bottom, and you just wanna make sure that you seat that limb all the way in there. All right, so all I'm gonna do is pull up, and I'm gonna slide that top string down over the limb again. Now, to make that brace height a little higher, or the distance between the inside of the handle and the string farther, what I want to do is now I'm going to slide this string off the bottom, and every Flemish string was twisted, and you can see which way you need to twist this one to tighten the string. So on this one, if I went clockwise, I'm going to loosen it. So I'm going to tighten it 1, 2, 3 twists, and I'm going to apply that right back on to the bottom limb. Make sure it's lined up in the center. I'm going to pull my top loop up, and then I'm going to go ahead and put my stringer back on the bow there. And I'm going to make sure it hits the pocket of the bow. And what's nice about brace height is this is something you only have to do once for each individual bow. Once you find the correct brace height, it'll stay the same. So now I'm going to go ahead and pull this up and string the bow again. Make sure that the string's on nice and even. I'm going to take that off. And again, I'm going to make sure it's right in the center of the limb pockets. It is. And now I'm going to measure what those twists did. And if you look, now you can see I took it up to just a skosh over 8 4/8. Usually I like to adjust by about 3 twists on my string every time I'm adjusting my brace height, up or down. Once I get real close to that quietest spot where it's shooting the best, then I may only go by 1 or 2 twists. Once I find the exact brace height where my bow is shooting the quietest, then I'm gonna write that down on the inside of my limb, maybe take a note, put it in my shooting room, but I'll always know what that brace height is for that bow. Because it's shooting the quietest that way, then the next step I'm gonna show you will make your hunting bow shoot even quieter.